Now it's the time for the sponsor perspective portion of our program today. A message from the sponsor of today's event, AARP.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for being here with us today to discuss the power of the older voter. At AARP, we work every day to empower people to choose how they live as they age. We've been working at this for more than 60 years now, focused on protecting and strengthening Social Security and Medicare, lowering prescription drug prices, fighting age discrimination, giving people more affordable, high-quality health care, protecting pensions and retirement, and making sure every American can live in dignity. I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Beverly Gilliard.
Thank you, Bill. AARP is a fierce advocate on legislative and policy issues for our 38 million members who live in all 50 states, the District of Columbia, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. We also serve our members and other older Americans by providing information, tools, and resources for their health, financial security, and personal fulfillment. From the onset of the coronavirus pandemic, AARP enhanced many of our tools and resources and created some new ones to keep older Americans informed and assist them with getting through this crisis. You can find many on our website, and I will take a moment to mention a few. We created a dedicated coronavirus website, which is regularly updated. We hosted 25 national teletown halls featuring federal officials and experts who kept Americans informed about a range of issues related to the coronavirus. To date, over 1.8 million Americans have participated in these teletown halls. To address the issue of scammers trying to defraud older Americans, we have a Fraud Watch Network helpline to provide callers with information and guidance to protect themselves and their families. To assist family caregivers with challenges, we continued updating our dedicated caregiving website and set up a place for connections through our AARP Caregiver Group Facebook page. We launched AARP Community Connections, an online platform that allows users to organize and find local volunteer groups to help pick up groceries, provide financial assistance, or lend emotional support to neighbors, friends, and loved ones. As long as this pandemic is with us and after it has passed, AARP will continue to serve as a trusted resource for our members and others. Next, I'll toss it to Megan.
This year, we made nursing homes a major part of our federal advocacy when we saw that nursing home and other long-term care facility residents and staff accounted for nearly 40% of the deaths nationwide. Yet nursing home residents make up less than 1% of this country's population. As cases across the country rise, we know that residents and staff are particularly vulnerable. That is why we are calling for Congress to make nursing homes a priority in any legislative package and to prioritize infection control, testing, PPE, staffing, and virtual visitation. Furthermore, Congress must include guardrails around the billions of dollars going to these facilities to ensure that money is being used for the health and safety of residents and staff. In addition to our federal efforts, AARP has played a critical role at the state level as well, working to advance solutions to protect long-term care residents and staff. For example, in New Jersey, we were successful in our advocacy for the passage of comprehensive legislation reforming nursing homes as a response to COVID-19. I'd like to pivot away from nursing homes and talk about another issue that is critical for older Americans, and that is the issue of hunger, which has deepened during these incredibly challenging times. Americans all over the country are struggling to make ends meet, and that sometimes means not being able to put food on their tables. It's critical that Congress temporarily increase the Supplemental Assistance Program, maximum benefit, and the minimum monthly SNAP benefit in the next stimulus bill. It's also important to note that increasing SNAP benefits also boosts the economy. Usually people spend their SNAP dollars locally soon after receiving them, helping to improve the local economies in your districts. I'm now going to turn it over to my colleague, Christina Martin for VITA.
Millions of Americans depend on their Social Security and retirement, and it is always a top priority for AARP. We have been hearing from many concerned members that the economic impact of COVID-19 may permanently reduce their Social Security benefits. This is especially true for those who are turning 60 this year. The Social Security Administration calculates a person's retirement benefit using something called the National Average Wage Index, and the administration uses the wage index from the year a worker turns 60. The National Average Wage Index for 2020 is expected to be significantly reduced because of COVID. It's been estimated that the average worker could lose a total of $70,000 in Social Security benefits over their lifetime because of the drop in the 2020 wage index. This COVID cut to Social Security is a serious issue, and AARP urges Congress to work together on a bipartisan basis to hold retirees harmless and to include a solution in year-end legislation. In addition, economic impact payments have been critical for our members who relied on these stimulus checks throughout the summer to help them meet basic needs. We'd like to see a continuation of those payments in the next stimulus package. We would also like to encourage continuation of paid sick and family leave for workers and families who are affected by COVID, and making sure the unemployed, many of whom are women, can continue to receive emergency benefits. Finally, housing is a basic necessity for all, which is why we have also been supportive of Congress and the administration working together to prevent evictions and foreclosure during this health crisis. We want to encourage you to allow people to stay in their homes during the health crisis until the pandemic and its economic impact have subsided. And now, back to you, Bill.
Thank you, Christina, and thank you all for taking time in a very busy day and a very busy schedule to join us for this important conversation. We'll leave you with a spot that features our CEO, Joanne Jenkins, as she speaks about our advocacy on behalf of AARP's 38 million nationwide members.
Right now, AARP's work is more important than ever. We hear older Americans loud and clear, and that's why we fight for what they and their families need. Access to health care, affordable prescription drugs, opportunities to save for the future, ending age discrimination, a healthy, financially secure, fulfilling life. That's what AARP fights for, because that's what everyone deserves. Join us in fighting for what's right.